Morning guys, so as you've just heard, we're going to take a look at Chelsea Dagger by the Fratellis today. Great song, great indie song from sort of the mid-2000s. Not going to lie, it's not one that, not a band that I know too well myself. If I'm being completely honest, I only know the song from the darts championships. For those of you not familiar with darts, boring pub game that you just throw a couple of arrows at a board. Fantastic, no? So that's all I know it from. I'm sure a few know more than I do, but yeah, we'll take a look at this one today, get into the tuning and get into obviously the main crux of the song. We'll also go over the strumming pattern for it as well, so you get the whole lot moved together and you can perform the whole lot. But obviously before we do, don't forget to give me a cheeky like and a cheeky subscribe here. All the help and all the support that you're giving me is doing wonders. We've been able to give away, since I started this channel, 3 guitars and an amp so far. So yeah, the more support the better, the more giveaways we'll be able to do. But yeah, great, thank you. And for now, let's jump into the lesson and let's learn something new. Okay, so Chelsea Dagger from the Fratellis, as I say, great song. This is mostly, again, power chords, so something for most beginners to be able to get their teeth into. If you don't know your power chord shapes by now, have a check over some of my other videos and learn over them. But really not too difficult, and it will give you a great tone. So the tuning for this song, it is all in standard tuning, okay? So from your low string up here, you're going E, A, D, G, B, and E, down on your high string, okay? And as you can see, I've got all my distortion turned on, my overdrive, I've got my bypass pedal and a noise suppressor turned on as well. Because I just use a lot of a lot of toys when I'm playing my songs, but yeah, you don't have to use all those, obviously. Okay, so when we're starting out with the song, there's a bass line that's sort of chugging away in the background. For the first sort of, I believe it's 2 phrases of the song, and then the guitars come in, sounding something like this. So all that is downstrokes with your picking hand, and you are forming a power chord initially off of the 3rd fret. Okay, so you can either use, like I do, your first finger and your ring, like this, or you can get your pinky in there as well. And it's your lowest 3 strings, okay, strings 6, 5, and 4. Your first finger is going to be on that 6th string at the 3rd fret, and your ring or ring and pinky will be on strings 5 and 4 at the 5th fret. And you'll be doing the same, but you'll be going a string down, okay? When I say down, I mean this way, not down a note, because otherwise you're coming up an A, but you're going down, right? So you're going to string down with each of your fingers, right? And you're moving it up a whole step. When we refer to steps, okay, you're basically going, a half step would be moving up 1 fret, a whole step would be moving up technically 2 frets, okay? And you're going down to your first finger on the 5th string, 5th string at the 5th fret, and your ring or ring and pinky are going to be at strings 4 and 3 on the 7th fret. And you are just starting by chugging away, as I say. Okay, so just that basic phrase, it is with your picking hand, you're just going down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, nice simple picking pattern for the song. And then they sort of get into the main verse. So you'll know when that's coming. You get this sort of phrase. And then they move into the verse. Okay, now I refer to it as a verse, it's actually the chorus, but yeah, it's the same phrase repeated, okay? So you are going from that 3rd fret power chord up here down to the 5th fret power chord off of the 5th string down here, okay? And you're just going between those two for the chorus, okay? In terms of picking pattern for that chorus and pretty much the verse as well, working all the way through, you're sort of going down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, okay? And repeating that pattern throughout. Okay, it's that simple for that part. And then we move into the main verse. Okay, so the main verse will sound a little bit like this. Okay, so it's all power chords, as you've just noticed. We're just moving effectively between the 3rd fret power chord and a 7th fret power chord, up and down the neck. Okay, so you are starting up here where you have been. And then you're moving up a whole step with each of your fingers, okay? So you've still got your first finger on that 6th string, and your ring or ring and pinky are still on strings 5 and 4, but you're just moving it up so that your first finger's on that 5th fret. Okay? So that's nice and slow, okay? Just moving through. You're still sticking with your same picking pattern that we just went over. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, and then you're coming down a string with each of your fingers, okay? So you're moving that first finger down to string number 5, and your ring and pinky down to strings number 4 and 3. Okay, your first finger is going to be at fret number 3. And your other fingers at fret number 5. And you're just going to be sounding out this. So for that, we're going from where we start, as I say, just here, on frets 3 and 5. Down, 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 up, down, up. Down a half step, okay? So when we talk about steps, we're moving it down 1 fret for each finger. Okay, and then we're moving the whole shape, keeping those fingers where they are on those strings, up so that your first finger is now on the 7th fret, and your ring or ring and pinky are now on the 9th fret. And then down a full step for each one, so that your first finger is now on that 5th fret, and your ring or ring and pinky are now on the 7th fret. So you'll have this for this part of it, okay? Okay, so from the top. Okay, so not too difficult for the verse. You're just keeping that power chord shape and just moving through effectively your lowest 4 strings, and just moving through those chords that I've just shown you there. He does that twice, and then we get into that whole sort of... So at the end of the second phrase, the second part of that, he just sort of hits up, down, up, down, up, down on that 5th fret power chord, and then slides. I tend to go from the 12th fret for my slides down, but it really doesn't make too much difference. You'll get the notes coming out. It's completely up to you on that. Sort of fiddle around with it, get your sound out of it. So I'll have, again, for that second phrase. Okay, and then we are back to that starting power chord, effectively. Off of your 3rd fret with your first finger on the 6th string, and your ring or ring and pinky are on that 5th fret at strings number 5 and 4. And he's just... It's just one downstrokes, okay, for this part. Okay, so it's just those first 2 power chords again. Okay, so you're, again, the 3rd fret power chord that we have here, and that 5th fret power chord down, remember, down a string on each finger so that your first finger is on the 5th, and your ring or ring and pinky are on the 7th fret. And then we're back into the chorus. And then you're back into that verse again that we've just gone over. So it's that simple. Those are the main chords for it. Now, there is some variation you can play with the lead guitar for the chorus, which will be a little bit like this. Okay, and that is just playing strings 6 and 5. And you're just going up from frets 5 to 7. So you're going 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 5. Okay? Yeah. So it'll be a little bit like this. Okay, so there's just that open string that you can hear me doing at the end of the 2nd phrases on each. And you're doing the same again on that 6th string. And just finishing on the open rather than that, okay? So it's up to you which section you want to play. You can either play that lead section where we're going between, 5, 6, and 7 on those 2 strings, or you can do the full rhythm with the power chords. I prefer to do the full rhythm. I just like meatier tones. Meaty guy likes meatier tones. Of course he does. So I just prefer to do those. But, if you want to be a bit flash, you can mix it up and do a bit of both. Okay. Now, when we come into, I guess it's what you'd call the outro of the song, which will be something like this. Okay, so the only variation there, it's still chords that we've been doing throughout the song, okay? It's just varied in how they're played. So you are still starting that section of the song off of your 3rd fret power chord, okay? 6th string, as I say, with your first finger at fret number 3, and then ring or ring and pinky, depending on how you want to play it. I know I keep repeating myself, but some people play it differently. So ring or ring and pinky, strings number 5 and 4, okay, on fret number 5. So it's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, so that same picking pattern is still there. And then you just move this shape down 1 string each, so that your first finger is now on that 5th string, and your other fingers are on strings 4 and 3. Down, down, up, and then slide it up a whole step. So that your first finger is then on that 5th fret, and your other fingers are on the 7th fret. and then repeat. And then at this part, we're moving, instead of going back to where we were starting up here on your third, okay, you're moving your fingers up one string each so that your first finger is then on that 5th fret at the 6th string, and your other fingers are still on the 7th fret but at strings 5 and 4. And then we're coming back down, as you can see there. So you'll have something like this. And then we're repeating the whole phrase again, back up here, okay? So you're effectively going through a box between frets number 3 and frets number 7, okay? So you're just using those strings, string 6, 5, and 4, just on your power chords, okay? And that is the entirety of the song, as I say. So not too difficult, okay? Go over it slowly. So remember, you've got your main picking pattern. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Okay, so it's a relatively simple picking pattern for the whole song, just with a slight variation on the end. Instead of coming up, obviously you're going back down again. But that's something that, you'll just practice. It gives you, a picking pattern you can use for other songs, for example, which is a great thing to have. And we all need to practice our picking patterns, especially me, because I'm not the best at sticking to a pattern. I like to go off cuff a bit, as you've probably seen in some of these. So it's best to have a look. But have a go at the song, okay? It's all power chords. There's nothing strenuous, no slides, no hammer-ons, no pull-offs, no complex chords, not even an open chord, just your power chords, okay? So give it a go. Something new to try, and another impressive song. Who doesn't want to add something indie to their box, I guess, eh? Give it a try. Let me know how you get on in the comments. Don't forget to follow us over on the Facebook page. We're approaching 2,000 members over there at the moment. That's quite an achievement in the couple of months this has been running. So I'm very grateful to everyone that follows me over there. And that's why you guys all get the giveaways and all get the juicy stuff. So if you're watching this and you're not over there, you really should be. So give me a follow over there. Don't forget to give me a cheeky like and subscribe here and support the channel. And obviously I will come back midweek if possible for a skills lesson. We've got a guest spot coming up from a really great band member over in South Africa who is going to give us a bit of a lesson on, I believe it's going to be on pinch harmonics. So that should be something interesting for everybody to learn. So keep your eyes out for that. We'll come back next week with another song. But in the meantime, in the weird times that we're in, guys, stay safe, look after each other, and I will catch you next time.